every night, Carlos and Jay, alright. Talking love so bright under the studio lights. Dating tips galore, they're never a bore. Laughing till we're sore, tuning in for more. Love in black and white, they keep it loose and tight. Putting love back in sight with every funny bite. Relationships they break from real to all that's fake. These guys never flake, always make you stay awake. Love in black and white, Carlos J take flight. Keep your love in mind so right, every single night. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try and put the love back in you right. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish Jay Hollingsworth, and as usual, we have the Coco co-host, the Black Don Juan, the host with the most part-time famous, full-time funny, Carlos Anthony.
What's up, player? What's happening, player?
What's up, Playboy?
That's the same old shit, different day.
You know, right there. That's how Carlos always greets me when I answer the phone. He goes, "What's up, player? What's up, player?" And I'm always like, "What's up, Playboy?" Oh Jesus, I'm trying to cross my legs. Almost fucking knock this thing over. Happy New Year to everybody and Carlos. I mean, I was with Carlos on New Year's, but
right.
Happy New Year's to the listeners. We were on a hiatus. The last one we did was Christmas Eve. And
we do Christmas. We did Christmas Eve. We sure did.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
We sure did. My memory is failing me this evening.
Wisdom.
Never had my boost juice today.
Yeah. Yeah, we talking with Carlos, I might from now on that week, the week after New Year's, I might just take that week to get ready for the new year, because I kind of enjoyed not doing shit and like just getting my head set, you know, on this new year and the new goals and hopefully new outcomes.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, man. I don't know if it's been by choice, but I have definitely been off.
Yeah,
but it's been peaceful. I've had an opportunity to reset. Put some strategy in place to move forward with some better self-discipline, I should say. So I've been locking in on that. So let's see how it unfolds.
And for there's about, I think we got about like 15,000 people in here. Yeah, no. So for New Year's, Carlos didn't get a New Year's kiss. So any of the single ladies out there, just hit him up.
I'm good. I'm pretty good right now.
we were.
I had me think about that though. After we talked about that on the Hollingsworth podcast yesterday about New Year's and what people were doing, what we were doing, and not people, what people were doing for New Year's and how you celebrated that 12 o'clock striking, and I was just like,
yeah, fuck it. Well, now so with the new year, You were single all of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any prospects for 2025?
No,
not currently.
No, man. I'm just saying. I told you, man. And obviously we'll get into it on the podcast. This dating world is getting stranger and stranger and stranger by the day. And I tell people all the time, this ain't the time for you to be ripping and running during the streets if you have someone. And when I say that, let me be very clear. If you have someone that you are happy with, that everything is good, ain't no sense in you fucking it up trying to see if the grass is green on the other side, because it ain't. I can tell you right now, being on this side, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Dude, it's what's crazy is so I was telling Angel, I'm kind of looking at me and her how I used to look at man, this
While
is
you doing it, I'm gonna actually stream to my audience on YouTube too. So keep talking.
do that. I'm trying. I don't know if I can tell this quickly. That's why I took a big sigh, because I was like, I don't know if this will be pretty involved. But you did you meet Matt or Mark? Did you meet Mark?
I don't
Mark
who at the club?
No. He was here. I don't think you did get a chance to meet him. My big brother Mark.
Oh no. I remember you said you went to go see him, but I didn't see him. Yeah.
Well, when we were growing up, there was our buddy James, and he was he's dating a girl Ty in high school, and they were high school sweethearts, got married, they have kids. Those are my nieces, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But like we always looked at James and Ty as like that was the couple, like if they didn't work out, we were always like, man, there's no hope for anybody.
I've seen those couples, yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling Angel, that's how I kind of like view like how we are, is like, because I feel like we're a very good match,
Absolutely.
And it's so funny because people just refer to Angel, they call her my wife. They're like, oh, is your wife here? And I'm like, I mean, it might as well be,
right?
Like,
yeah, absolutely. But I would say that I don't know your brother, but I do know you and Angel, and I would say, yeah, you guys are definitely a benchmark because of the way you interact, the way y'all handle each other, and I say handle that with love and consideration. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. So you sit back on the outside looking in, and you like, yeah, no, if it's gonna be something, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. What up, Sanders?
What's happening, Sanders?
Happy New Year's, Sanders.
Same to you.
We took a little hiatus. We were just talking about that and talking about New Year's. Yeah, and it's it's kind of a trip, like because I was single for so long. I talk about it on stage, but then also like my dad, like your parents have been together for how long?
Over 50 years. I think they're coming up on, well, this will be 56 years this year, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Dang, that, God bless them. That's great. And it's a trip because like the way I grew up, I don't remember my parents ever being together. Like I always knew that my dad was somewhere, my mom was, somewhere else. They were never, I don't remember ever being in a household with both of them. So I don't know, but so I got my views on relationships or whatever was my grandparents, because my grandparents were together forever and everything. But then my dad, until he remarried, I think he remarried when he was probably around like 50-ish. But all the time before that, he was a whore, just a straight man whore. And I mean, dude, me and Matt, we would be in the living room playing video games, and we could hear my dad just fucking banging some chick in the bedroom. And oh, dude, I mean,
how old were y'all when this was going down?
What's up?
How old were y'all when this was going down? So yeah, see that's an impressionable age there right there, because you're learning from him.
Yeah, dude, and I mean, it's like my dad. If you wanted to be raised on how to be a player, that would have been a pretty good household. Because I remember my dad. I had to lie for my dad because he would be seeing different chicks. I remember one time I fucked up and was
that's crazy.
Misnamed one of the girls, and he got mad at me. I'm like, I'm just a fucking kid. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. I don't know this shit.
Why am I involved with this?
Yeah, exactly.
Why am I involved with this? What up, Anthony? Why am I involved with this? Yeah, I've always been that way though. Even around my sons, I was like, I'm not bringing multiple women around because you're trying to teach them something different,
right?
So I can understand both sides of that because men gonna be men, but in the same token, man, when you're trying to raise young men, you like, man, that ain't the life you really want to be living. Doc. Trust me, it get you in a world of trouble.
I'm like, was it one of your sons, or your son stayed with you, lived with you for a little bit?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, everything you say, I get that. I get that
Mhm.
point of view, and I see positives in it. But then the flip of it, as men, we
Mhm.
have needs. So how do you, I mean, and this is, I guess, dating related, but how do you get those needs met while your son's living with you?
I mean, during that period of time, honestly, it was easy for me to suppress because I had already been single for so long, even prior to him. So
Mm.
it didn't make me any difference either way. It's not like those needs move me like that.
Okay.
So it wasn't that difficult. Plus, I already knew that he was the task at hand. So even more so, it was like, nah, man. If I bring any woman around him, then it was going to be a different story with regards to how he perceived them to be. So that was easy. Maybe early on in their life, it probably would have been a little bit more difficult. But even then, I think I was single for a while after I divorced their mother. So they never really saw me bringing women in and out like that. Plus, people a woman should have her own house too. So
You're good. You're a good man, Carlos.
yeah,
You're a
you're going
good
over there.
man.
Go on over there if you need to do that. Plus, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about when
Yeah.
you're dealing with boys for sure.
Yeah, you're a good man, Carlos. That's
I
why I
try to
love
be,
you.
man, but I mean, it ain't easy. Shit, it's a
Yeah.
battle of choices. It is a battle of choices and willpower, and it's a lot. It's a lot that goes to it.
Now, and I know you're focused on your goals.
Mhm.
What I'm trying to think, like, what kind of or are you're not on any dating apps, right?
Nah, mm-mm.
You
I
so you're
checked out a couple, man, but them shits ain't. It's almost like your joke. Well, you say it's a good thing. So I mean, obviously, you and Angel, you talk about that. You and Angel met off one. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't know, man. I think anything for me right now is going to be super organic. It's going to be somebody I just meet out in public, or it's more somebody I already know, and it just developed into that.
yeah.
But I don't know. I'm
And
not opposed to the dating sites. I just think they're a bunch of bullshit.
dude, it's like ordering at a drive-through, because you can literally be
Yeah.
like, I want a blonde with brown eyes and this height range, this age range. I mean, it's fucking nuts. And then here's a whole bunch, and then I mean, they don't have like a checkbox for like non-psycho.
Right. Well, see, but then that means you're going back to the old game of I got to figure this out
Yeah,
in
yeah,
person, and
yeah.
let's not even take in consideration catfishing now. I mean, that's still at an all time high. Like, don't send me the face picture with your face is skinny, but the rest of you looks like the penguin. I mean, I don't
Dude,
want to.
I don't know if I've ever told this on either of the podcasts, and it's dating related. And I don't know if I've ever even told you. I can't tell this as one of my bad dating stories on stage, and you'll understand why when I tell you the story. But this was an insane one. So did I ever tell you about the? Well, I'll just tell the story. I don't think I did. So this is God. This is. I'm going to say this is probably 10-ish years ago, maybe. When I was on the dating apps, matched with this girl, and pictures, and this is before like FaceTime. God, this is crazy to say, but this is before like FaceTime was a real, like a common
You're dating
thing.
yourself. You're
I
dating
know.
yourself.
I know, my fellow 50th. So and so we matched. We had been chatting. I don't think we ever talked on the phone before meeting her. Maybe we had. I don't remember 100%. But anyways, we
Mhm.
set up a date where I was going to go pick her up, and then I think we were going to go to like a local bar that she liked that had pool and stuff. Something really, really casual, right? So I drive to her place. I get to her place. I knock on the door. She opens the door, and at some point from when she posted all these pictures on her dating profile to me now seeing her standing in front of me, she was in a major car accident, had head trauma. The left side of her body was like I don't want to say dead, but it was like fucked up. And her face was like this, and like she had like a speech impediment and all this. And I was like, so when she opens the door, I'm like, how the fuck do you not
Yeah,
tell
you got to
someone?
tell me that. You got to tell me that.
Yeah.
You got to
So
tell me that.
so she opens the door and I'm walking in and I'm like, I'm taking this all in real time, like no warning, no, like she didn't say like, hey, just so you know, I look like my pictures, but I was in an accident, so nothing. Everything's,
Yeah,
as far as I know, it's the girl on the profile pictures, all this, right? And so I walk in and I remember we were standing in her kitchen and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck, man? And like, it's all small talk at this point. Cause
right.
in my head, I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for. And I shouldn't feel like an asshole because you didn't fucking disclose all this. Right. But I am kind of feeling like an asshole, but I shouldn't. I'm not in the wrong here in my head. Right. You know, people in the chat and you can tell me if I am, that's fine. So we're making small talk. You could offer me $1 million. I have no idea what the fuck we were talking about. But she keeps like hinting like, okay, so should we, on our date, should we go fucking play pool? And I in her kitchen, in my head, I'm like, okay, I know there's no future with this just because, it was deceptive to start off with in my eyes. She was being deceiving. And so I can go on this date with her knowing that there will not be a second date. You waste both of our time and my money. Or I can just not go on the date. She's going to think I'm an asshole and I get the rest of my night back and I don't spend any money. So what do you think I did?
You didn't go on a date.
You are correct.
Yeah, you didn't go on that date. I mean, is it an asshole thing to do? I don't know. It could be considered that in some people's opinion. I personally don't think so because again, you have to divulge that information before you come and then let me decide how I want to deal with that. But you can't just pop up after you show me picture after picture after picture of you being somebody that I'm attracted to and then show up like that. And again, I'm sorry that happened to that lady, but you can't show up like that and then expect somebody to be like, oh, I'm cool with this. No. So yeah, I would have did the same thing. I'd been like, I apologize, sweetheart, but I'm not gonna be able to go through with this. Especially right now. This is shocking to me. So yeah. I need this to kind of marinate. Let me see how I feel later, which will be I'm not calling you. But
I honestly don't know how I worded it or what I said. I think I said something to the effect of like, this isn't what I was expecting, or I didn't sign up for this, or blah, blah, blah. And hey, what up, Guyanese gal? And Anthony.
Hey.
I know Carlos gave you a shout out, Anthony. I didn't, but so he'll give you a shout out. Yeah, I fucking remember like feeling like basically when I told her that I wasn't going out on the date, from that point, I started feeling, I felt like an asshole. I felt like shit until I got out of her front door and that door shut. And then I was like, I'm free. I have my evening back. I didn't, but I also was pissed that I drove all over the, you can't, that's fucking insane to me.
No, you can't do that. What was her response to that, to you saying that? Was she sad? Did she say, oh, okay, I get it, I understand? Or,
I honestly don't remember. Again, this is probably about 10 years ago, but I honestly don't know. I know that I made a decision in my head and I'm like, I'm not going on this fucking date. I'm doing whatever I can to get the fuck out of here and have my evening back. And I was pissed too. I remember I was pissed at the time. Like
that'll take you to a level of pissosity. Yeah, you're like, hey man, I didn't I did not sign up for this. And again, just let me know. I would have said no without having to come over here.
Yeah.
So
Or you never know. Like, I mean, like if she was like, "Hey, I have a limp. I was in an accident. I have a limp and everything." And let's do. I see. When I did the online dating shit, I didn't put up like these like photoshopped pictures or anything. I put
Right.
up very candid photos because I've always said that I would rather you hate me for me than like me for what I'm not. So I'll put up like not the most flattering picture, and if you still want to talk to me, then when you see me in person, you'll be like, "Oh fuck, he's better looking in person."
I mean, I guess.
What'd you say?
I mean, I guess you look better in person.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, because why lie? I mean, eventually, as the old adage says, whatever's done in the dark is gonna come to light. Whatever you got going on, whatever you're trying to hide, whatever insecurities, whatever physical ailments you may be struggling with, you're going to find out eventually. So you might as well let that person know up front, because I think it makes it even worse when you get to that point. Now we got to break this, whatever it was. We got to break this off and go separate ways because you didn't be honest with me, or vice versa. So I mean, yeah, no, don't play them games, especially at this age now. If you over 30, stop fucking around, stop playing games with people. Just be straight up and be done with it.
Yeah, I've never understood, like, I don't know. I was going to ask you, and you haven't done the online dating, but have you?
No,
have
I've
you,
done that before.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I've
have?
I've definitely done it before. Yeah, but I don't have any horror stories. I mean, it was cool, but it just didn't pan out the way I guess I would have expected it via online. I think it was about the same as if I had met him in person.
The fucking guy. When I heard Jay's story, I was online dating's scary.
Shit, hell, real meeting in person is scary right now because again, we don't know what people are on right now, and the mentalities are so very different than it was 5 to 10 years ago. That it's crazy out here now. So again, I put that PSA out there. If you got somebody good, don't fuck that over looking for something that you think is better.
Now, do you have any that you can remember crazy dating stories, or like do you ever get set up on a blind date?
Yeah, I got set up on a blind date one time, and I started to slap the shit out of the person who hooked me up on the blind date because they was nowhere near.
Let's hear it.
Nowhere near. Matter of fact, I got 2 stories, and I'll make them very quick.
No, you don't got to make them quick. We want details.
One of my friends, it was a female, said it was talking about how her cousin was this or that, and she was fine, and she thought that our personalities would mesh, but she never sent me any pictures of it. She's like, "You just got to trust me." And now I trusted her because she was cute. So I was like, "Okay, well, shoot, hopefully it runs in the family." And I know what I like. And they showed up to the restaurant. She brought her cousin to the restaurant, and she was about 2 times bigger than she was. And this girl was fairly fit. My friend was fairly fit, way darker, and had acne on her face. And I was like, what would make you think that this would be based off of everybody? Because this was a fairly good friend at the time. It's like, you've seen the people I've dated before, and I'm not trying to make it sound like all of them have been 10. They have not. But you see the quality of women that I'm mostly attracted to and that I normally date. What would make you think that this would have meshed? And we would. So they was like, "Yeah, we want to go out later on." I dipped. I straight.
How did you get out?
I was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and go home. It's been a long. I think I used it's been a long day crap, and I was like, man, I'm going home. I'm not gonna really go out anymore because I did. I was nice enough. I paid for dinner, but I was like, yeah, I'm not about to spend any more money on this.
By the way, sorry to interrupt you, but doesn't that suck though? Because I would have done this. I probably would have paid too, and it just sucks because you're like, why the fuck do I have to pay? But it's just like how we were raised. It's like, fuck. I guess I'm. but but it's such a fucking horseshit thing that I'm just taking a hit on
Yeah.
this. You know, it's so.
And she
fucking-
was like, the friend that I know, she was like, I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't give her a chance. You never know, opposites attract. I was like, that's the polar opposite. That is the polar opposite of everything that I would have even remotely have wanted. But I guess our cousin had seen a picture of me and was like, yeah, hook it up. And so she was pressuring her, and she was like, well, I'll give it a shot. But again, let me make that decision. Send me the photo first. So we're not out there being embarrassed because I did more talking to my friend than I did to her. I was like, no, this ain't gonna work at all.
She's like, opposites attract. You're like, yeah, but that doesn't attract a boner out of me.
Oh no. When I saw, you know how people walk in, and my friend walked in first. I was like, okay, and then she came in. I was like,
you're like, is she behind her?
I was like, are y'all fucking with me right now? Are you
hidden cameras?
Are you right? Am I right? I'm getting this was back in the punk days. Oh, am I getting punked right now?
Oh.
Like, do I have to sit through this and really act like I care? Like, no. But that was one. And then my friend, a good friend of mine, we grew up together in Little Rock. I used to live in Nashville. I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. I lived in Nashville at the time. He was still living in Little Rock. He's like, hey man, I met these girls online. I met this girl online. I want to come. I'm gonna come scoop you up. He drove from Little Rock to Nashville to pick me up to go to Atlanta. We're gonna meet them in Atlanta. He's like, oh man, she's cute. So she sent me a picture of what she looked like, and I was like, hey, it fits for him. It was right up his alley, the picture. And so, so we drive our happy asses all the way down to Atlanta, thinking, okay, well, this is gonna be a nice little get out together. He got a girl. She bringing her friend. The girl is cute. So I was like, I'm assuming that our friend is going to be in the same kind of ballpark with them. We get there. The first thing that I knew was wrong is we were supposed to be staying in the same hotel as them. And so we get there, and I guess she called on the phone, and she was like, yeah, we outside. And so both of us go outside. We was like, I don't know why they would be outside. So we outside, and she was like, yeah, I can see y'all. You got to come back in. I'm upstairs in the room. So I was like, "There's something's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling this." And so he goes to the hallway. I'm standing at the end of the hallway. He goes and knocks on the door. And you can see the door open, and you can see him kind of stand there for a minute. And then he walks in the room. So I was like, okay, well, shit, he must be straight. So I went back up into the room. I guess maybe like an hour later, he comes back up the room. He's like, man. And I'm thinking the shit went down. Like, damn, it was like that right out the bat. He's like, man, yeah, she don't quite look like the picture. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, nah, it just don't look like the picture. But so I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, well, it can't be that bad. I mean, you stayed an hour down there. So I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. So he's like, yeah, we about to go to dinner. So we supposed to meet them downstairs. And so I was like, cool. So we go downstairs, and these two
fucking wildebeest.
Yes. Two wildebeest show up around the corner. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, do you? And I'm holding the picture because by that time we were still holding. Like, he said, man, I would never forget. He said she told him that she was on birth control pills and that they made her bloat up. I was like, but then they also made her darker. I was like, dude, that's not even the same girl. And so he was like adamant, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and hang out. I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with him. I was like, well, guess who ain't hanging out with him? Me. I spent the entire weekend in Atlanta by myself, having a ball. I mean, I had the best time, one of the best times I've ever spent in Atlanta by myself while he was entertaining both of them. And he was like, man, you could have at least went. No.
He wanted a wingman, and you were like, kamikaze.
That was your cross to bear, my brother. I can't do nothing with you. Dude. I can't do nothing with that one. I'm good to go. So, yeah, and he met her online. He met her online, and then shit, that had to be around the early 2000s. I'm trying to think, maybe even early, maybe late 90s.
Damn.
Early 2000. No, I take that back. Early 2000.
That was the ASL, AOL Instant Messenger. ASL, age, sex,
I
location.
don't know what he met her off of, but I was like, yeah, no, that woman lied to you, not to me.
Guyanese asked about long distance. I'll get into that here in a sec. I was going to tell a couple other since Guyanese says she enjoys my fucking horror story dating. There was I remember there was one date that from this date I was like, I will never meet another girl from online dating without seeing a picture. I took a risk on this one. So this girl, like her profile checked all the boxes, it was a black girl and I think she was curvy, listed as curvy, all this stuff, right? But no picture, right? So we started chatting and I was like, so you say you're curvy. I was like, is there anybody you look like or you're built like? I was like, I'm trying to get an idea because again, this is a long time ago. And so she said, and I think you'll get this immediately. She said somebody that could be all over the spectrum. She said she was curvy like Queen Latifah. Now, there's so many versions of Queen Latifah that could be.
Right. So are we talking 90s Queen Latifah? We talking 2006? What are we talking?
I was like, that doesn't help me. What the fuck? And so
talking present day? Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided, dude, I remember this so vividly. We were gonna meet for dinner and then we were gonna go to a club and we were meeting in Federal Way, Washington at a Red Robin. We were going to a Red Robin. And so I'm pulling up into the Red Robin parking lot and I was like, I'm here. And she goes, oh, I think I see you. She goes, I'm over here. Oh, here's another thing that made me even do this date. Cause she was a beautician. And I was like, oh, hair's probably on point, nails, all that. She's probably done up, right? So, and then, so that's all I had to go on is she was a beautician and built like Queen Latifah. I don't know what era or what movie. Set It Off, maybe? I don't know. Or I don't know. So when I said I was here and she's like, oh, okay, I think I see you. And so I start driving around. I see her. She's wearing a black form-fitting dress and I don't know if she is overweight or pregnant, and I should have just kept on driving. I was in my car. I could have just fucking waved little me and waved goodbye and just kept going. I should have fucking done that. Oh god,
that would have been hilarious.
And then just block her. No, I fucking would have been good, but I didn't. So like you, where you were like, oh, now I got to pay for this dinner, whatever. So I was like, fuck, I'm here. So we're walking into Red Robin and this was so fucking great. And I'm not making any of this up. We're in Red Robin and the person is walking us to our seat, right? Or to our table. So she's walking in front of me. I'm behind her. And as she's walking, we walk by a table, two black dudes on our left. And as we walk by, she's in front of me. She walks by him first. And now I'm walking by them. She doesn't hear it, but I hear it. These two black dudes, they just start going every time she steps, like Jurassic Park.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I just fucking put my head down. I was like, God damn. So
don't you say that about my date. Don't you say that about my date.
I mean, I was like, I get it. So we're now at the table, and again, this is just the beginning because we're supposed to go out to the club afterwards. So I'm racking my brain. How do I get out of this? So for any of the ladies on here, guys don't like conflict like this shit. Like especially when we feel like we didn't do anything wrong. So she definitely wasn't built like Queen Latifah. She might have been built like a country that a queen oversaw. I don't know. But anyways, so while we're at dinner,
Queen of Latifah.
While we're at dinner, I'm sitting, we're sitting there and my phone rings. I don't know who it is that I can't remember. Whoever it is that called me, I see my phone ringing, and in my head, I'm like, it's my out. It's my out. So I answer the phone. I literally go like this. I don't know who, I can't tell you who it was that was on the other person on the other side. No idea what they were saying, but I just go like this. I go, hello? And I go, oh shit, are you okay? They could be saying anything. I go, oh fuck, dude, I just sat down for dinner. Let me okay, let me get this. I'll get out of here and I'll come to you right now. Okay, all right, bye. And then I just hung up and I fucking never looked at my phone again. So I told her, I go, my friend, whoever it was, I go, was just in an accident and they're at the hospital. So I have to go there right now. And but I'll call you back. I'll call you sometime. And then
Never called again.
No.
Never called again.
Oh,
I get
dude.
it though, but women hear these stories and they think it's a knock on women. No, it's a knock on the truth. Just be straight up. Just be straight up. Because again, if you put the shoe on the other foot, then I don't think that any woman would be like, no, I'm just gonna rock with this. It's just not cool. It's not cool at all. So we don't have. I know Guyanese gal. I don't know how would you feel about that Guyanese gal if some dude did you like that? I don't know.
Well, yeah. What if you saw like this picture and then I showed up at my old weight? Like, oh, I've been through some shit.
Right. I don't know. People just got to tell the truth right now, especially in this day and age. Like, put out what you want, say what you want, say who you are, and then let someone else decide how they want to deal with it.
Yes. And she said, wait a minute, you got a twin brother? Who's got a twin brother? What are you talking about? Who's got a twin brother?
I mean, she gonna date your twin brother.
Well, he's got to be created first. Maybe clone me. I don't know. And then she was asking about long distance. You ever done long distance?
Not that I don't know. Have I? If I can't remember it, probably I'm gonna say no. I think I take that back. I take that back. Yes, I did. I dated my ex-wife was long distance for a while. We dated. She was in New Orleans. I was in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. I think I was in Atlanta or Nashville. One of them.
Okay.
Before we got married. So yeah, I mean, so clearly that worked out for the little time that it was.
I did this. It was the first girl I ever was in love with, but Nicolasa. I was living in Portland, dating Filipina girl, Panay, Nicolasa Bonifacio, and
that was her name?
Nicolasa Yabut Bonifacio. Her middle name was Yabut. Last name Bonifacio.
I don't know if you joking or not.
No, it was 100%.
Okay.
I remember right. I think Yabut was like, it was like her grandmother's name or something related to her grandmother. But I just remember. I mean, obviously it sticks out. Yabut. If I see a picture and you look different, that's the first thing I said. You got a twin brother. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you fucking with me. Bring the brother, the one I've been talking to. Bring him out.
bring the one that doesn't have the fucking the weight problem. Me and Nikki, we were dating in when I lived in Portland. Then I moved to Seattle and we did long distance, I think for about a year and a half. And then it was just got being tough. It was pretty tough because I'm kind of an affectionate guy, and it's tough to, when you can talk to somebody, but this is like 30 years ago. So this is before like, God, that it's crazy to say this, but this is like before email really like was a thing.
I mean, that was in your back in your day.
I don't like this.
Back in your day. Actually, talking about long distance relationship, I don't know if I wouldn't be opposed to it now, honestly, because I think it would work perfectly for my schedule and the fact that I like my peace. But it'd be one of those women that has to understand that that's the way it is for the time being, and then we'd figure it out later down the road. But I don't know. I think it actually would be a good thing.
Who I see you dating? I see you dating a very successful businesswoman that that doesn't have a lot of free time, and she also businesswoman, doesn't have a lot of free time. There's something else that but she's okay with like she probably travels a lot, I'm thinking too. So you guys, but it works out perfect for both of you,
It'd be
because that
dope. I
absence
mean,
makes the heart grow fonder thing,
yeah, it'd be dope because I don't know, man. I like my piece. I'm starting to really enjoy it every day.
Oh,
But I'm not opposed to something happening organically. But I'm not looking for it. So
yeah.
it's just an interesting place to be in, especially when I see a lot of the shit that's going on now. I'm like, man, I'm even more turned off by people's mentality with regards to relationship, and that's both men and women. It ain't one side or the other. It's both.
Well, I was just going to say, what blows me away is there's somebody we know. You'll probably get that. I'm trying not to give too many details to out this person, but there's somebody we know that like at his place of employment, he is running through women at his place of employment.
You know several of those. I know who you. I think I know who you're talking about specifically, but we know several of those. I mean, and it's like, come on, man.
You might say he lowered the bar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I try to think he lowered the bar. It'll come to me. I'm sure we'll talk about it after this.
all right. You would know.
But there's several.
Here, I'll put it this way. He's somebody that is dating. Remember the Fitzy's gig where the drunk girl.
Fitzy's gig with. Okay.
Yeah. She's dating him now, but he's also ran through so many people at that his place of employment.
But they good now. He's in a good place now.
No, that's great. No, I'm just saying it's crazy to me though that that the people that he's ran through, so to speak, all know that he's ran through all these other people.
But I safely assume because I know who you're talking about now that he probably is very straight up. I mean, he just seems like that type of dude. So these women are making choices that they already know what's been going down. So again, but that's the part of this conversation earlier where we're just saying, put it out there, let people decide how they want to deal with it. And then they can make their own decisions as to how it works for them. And clearly it works. It works for him and the women that he was with.
No, I'm not. The thing, I'm not faulting anybody. It's just crazy to me though that people would be cool with that or are cool with that.
Oh yeah,
it's not something like if there was a girl and like she had, even if you guys dated or whatever, like it wasn't just like a one nighter. She dated you, and then she also dated Sean, and then and now she's like flirting with me. Like I would be like, there's no fucking, I can't. No, there's no. You fucking went out with two of my buddies.
That's definitely happened. That has definitely happened. Where you like, when you just talking to the homie? I mean, so what would make you think that this works?
Yeah.
You're just trying to keep it in the circle. But I couldn't do it. I definitely couldn't do it because especially some of the dudes I know that ran through chicks. I'm like, I don't know what you got. Yeah. So I don't want no parts of that because I know what they've been doing. So if I know what they've been doing and now here you come, I'm good. I'm not. I'm gonna keep my clean status the way it is.
So fucking crazy, man.
Nothing on my health card.
Yeah, it'll be. What if you end up meeting somebody in this year? That'd be interesting, And then
we'll see how it unfolds. Again, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm definitely not looking for it because I mean it's a lot of things that I want to accomplish, and that's not even in the top 5 right now. Yeah. But it's dope, man. It's dope to see people in good relationships. And what's up, Crazy Cutie? Welcome to the party.
Crazy. Welcome.
It's dope to see people in good, healthy relationships because I think that adds value. I think Guyanese said it earlier. it elevates you and vice versa. Y'all should be elevating each other. So that's what I see in you and Angel. That's what I see in a couple of other relationships that I look around, and then I see the flip side of that. I see dudes and girls who are married. You like, man, just get the fucking divorce. Like, go on about your business, dog. Like, you want to be free anyway. So you want to be out here in these streets. So do that, and be cool with it.
Yeah, I remember, dude. I remember I was dating when I was in Seattle. I was dating this one girl that have you ever dated somebody that's like crazy possessive?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if she might have just been crazy, but I remember I was my buddy Yates. Me and my buddy Yates, we were driving on Rainier Avenue in Seattle, and I'm heading northbound, and the girl that I was dating at the time, I guess I can say her first name, Laisha. She's driving the opposite way, just by coincidence, and she had, I think, two of her friends in the car with her, and I had Yates in the car with me. And as we pass, we both see each other. It's like, oh shit! But she just saw that there was somebody in my car, but she didn't see who it was. I'm watching her in the rearview mirror. She goes, bangs a Yui, and now she's flooring it, trying to catch up to me. And I said to Yates, I was like, oh, she thinks I'm in the car with a girl. I go, this is going to be fun. So I just started gunning it like I'm trying to run away from her. And she's fucking she's weaving in.
So I
was like, this is going to, I'm going to just pull over because this is going to cause an accident. So I pulled into a parking lot. And then she pulled in with her two friends, and I just rolled down the window, and Yates is there, and we're looking at her just laughing. And she's like, it's not fucking funny. And I was like, we didn't even do anything. I'm just fucking going about my day. You're the one that fucking created this whole thing in your head.
Yeah, no, that definitely won't work because why? I mean, why? To me, it's an insecurity thing, and I've been on that side too. Not to that degree where I'm so possessive or crazy to that point where I'm driving down the street at 100 miles an hour trying to see who's in the car. But I'm also like, man, what the fuck did you do? Like, what did you, let me research what you got going on. Then I have to check myself to be like, why am I doing this? And 9 times out of 10, well, I ain't gonna say 9 times. Well, I'll say 9 times out of 10. Most of the time, when you doing that much possessiveness and trying to check on people, it's because you're trying to cover your tracks for the shit that you be doing. And so I know when I felt like that, I know I was doing dirt. And so I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is. I know what this is now. So I checked myself.
This was back in your hoeing days?
I never really had a hoeing period. I've always wanted one, but I've had some hoe segments.
I had a hoe comma, not a period. I had a comma, maybe a semicolon.
Exactly. Well, that shit. I've always. Matter of fact, I said last year was gonna be my hoeing year. I was gonna be out in these streets, and now I was like, I don't really like what's out here in these streets like that.
Dude. Did I ever tell you my I called it the Hail Mary?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, this we'll end on this because this is so fucked up. But oh man, I told this at a my buddy Kane had a show. What was it called? Going Dutch, and it was like a stand-up show, but it was also dating related. So I told him I was going to tell this story, and I was like, it's probably not going to go well, and it did not, because it's not a likable story. It's fucked up. I'm telling you now. This is in my 20s. This is this Hail Mary. So again, this is before this is 30-ish years ago. So this is before like texting was real crazy. You were doing T9 texting. Ooh, a little callback. And we didn't have like the same type of constant communication like we do now. All right, so me and my buddies, we termed it the Hail Mary because it was like a last resort. If you, for whatever your reason might be, that you don't want to be with someone, guy or girl, anybody can use this. This is what you do. It is so fucked up. I don't think you could do it now because there's too many ways to communicate with people. But so what you do is the person that you want to break up with or stop seeing or whatever, you would you're not going to answer their calls for it's 3 days. You're going to go 3 days. not answering their calls, not returning their calls, not answering texts. If they email you, you can't reply to anything, right?
Mhm.
And what's going to happen over these? You're going to email, or I mean, you're going to reply to them in 3 days. But what's going to happen in those 3 days is this person, they'll text you. There was text at the time. They'll text you, like the initial text will be like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Cool. Don't respond. Yeah, no shit, Crazy. Crazy said you need a book on all your stories, adventures. I swear, this is so fucked up, Crazy. Everybody's gonna hate me after this, but that's fine. I'm used to it. So the first day it's gonna be like, hey babe, how you doing? Blah blah. Don't respond. Then the next texts that come in is gonna be, are you okay? Is everything cool? Blah blah blah. No response. Then it's like, really? Are you just ignoring me? No response. Then it starts they get pissed off. They're like, oh, really? You're just going to ignore me? Well, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. No response. Then it gets more. It's going to be like, I was dating down or whatever they may say, really insulting shit. And then the final thing eventually is going to be like, I just want to know, are you okay? Is everything okay? Now, 3 days passes. And then what you do is you text them. You go, hey, so my phone, you either say, I can't remember if I say that your phone was lost or stolen or broken or something. Something happened with your phone. I think I said lost my phone. I just got the replacement and all of your texts just came in. You're fucking nuts. Don't ever talk to me again. And what happens? What happens is they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know. And then if anybody asks in the future, well, what happened with you and Jay? We're like, oh, fuck, I overreacted. And you're still the good guy. I didn't do anything wrong. I just lost my phone. It's so fucked up. But it was the Hail Mary and it worked 100% of the time. Crazy is like, oh my God.
Okay,
it's so fucked up.
You can do that in this day and age. You can still do it in this day and era, but I mean, day and age. But what happened? You just went black. You still there? I think we just lost Jay. They sent him to hell on that one. I don't know how, and he's got to log in to shut it down. What the hell just happened to Jay? Do y'all see that? He done told that story, and whoever he told that story about, that girl or those girls came back and they done hacked in and they done shut his shit all the way down. Y'all see what the hell done happened? Because I don't see him at all. Well, this has been interesting.
Wait.
Is he back? Yeah, you're back. See. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
I know. Okay, I'm going to leave and then come right back.
Yeah. Like ugly and ain't no crazy. And ain't too crazy about petty. Pretty. Look what happened to you, man. See, they done hacked into you.
My laptop battery died. Sorry. Fucking dude, that's the worst time for it to go out too. Hey, let me tell you the story about me being a piece of shit. Bye. Crazy said, "See, God don't like ugly and ain't too crazy about pretty."
Yeah,
oh fuck.
But yeah, I said you can still do it. You can still do it, but you have to be you literally have to shut that text message off so it doesn't give them the red receipt. Because if they see you read it, all hell's about to break loose now.
Yes.
It's going to hell in less than 3 days.
Yes, I'm trying to get say something real quick.
Testing.
I don't know why it's coming through this now.
Yeah, well, you told that story and all the systems went crazy.
I know. You can. Oh God, dude. But yeah, that was the fucking Hail Mary, and I think I did it 3 times in my life.
I've been in the hospital for 3 days. You fucking batshit crazy.
I know. I was just like, hey, my phone broke. I couldn't. Sorry, I couldn't call you or text you. My phone broke. I just got a replacement.
Now what if they would have seen you out and about during those 3 days?
Then it'd be like, hey, my phone broke. What's going on?
Well, that's not gonna get you out of it because then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, shoot, I understand."
Yeah,
and so that means you never technically saw the messages.
Yeah, well, no. Then you do it another time. in like a month, my phone was stolen. Don't doubt the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary is fucking foolproof.
Oh my
But
god!
it was so fucked up because they eventually started apologizing. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought you were giving me a cold shoulder or fucking ghosting me. They didn't say ghosting back then. They were
Yo,
like,
that's classic. That's
it's
classic.
so fucked up. All right. Let's do our plugs and get out of here on the fucking Hail Mary. Parkview alumni
Yay.
here.
Yeah, that's me. So you must have came over from my page. We're gonna be doing this. Let me go ahead and plug. First of all, plug the Love in Black and White. I'm gonna start sharing it on my YouTube page as well. So what's up, Fandrew P Diddy? It's spelled P-E-E. I get it. Welcome to the party. But we're here every Wednesday from 4:30, 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 Eastern. No, 6:30. Is that right?
7:30.
7:30
Yeah.
Eastern. So you know that this is where we're gonna be. Hey man, shut your ass up. Don't do it. Don't do it. But we're at, you caught us on the back end of the show, but we'll be back next Wednesday. What's my YouTube at Carlos? It is Comedian Carlos. I think it's Comedian. Let me look at it. Hold on one second. I don't even know my own damn YouTube channel.
Jesus.
Comedian Carlos Anthony on YouTube is my YouTube channel. What's up, Sheila? Well, welcome to the party, Sheila.
I like Frandrew P Diddy.
All right. Yeah, that's Parkview, one of the best high schools on earth. But my plug is I'm going to drop by the club tonight, pick up some more work for the weekend. Then next week, I think I'm still working on trying to see if I met Wise Guys this weekend. We got the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga coming up. I'm in ATL, I think the 22nd. So, hey, y'all, check out parttimefamous.com.
Yeah. And this weekend, I am in Springfield, Massachusetts at Roar at the MGM. And then weekend after that, I'm all over Arizona. The 16th, I'm at Cliff Castle Casino in Camp Verde, Arizona. Then the 17th, 18th, I'm at JP's Comedy Club in Gilbert, Arizona. And then Monday, I'm in at the Honda Casino in Pine Top, Arizona. And then the weekend after that, or 2 weekends after that, Chattanooga with Carlos at the Comedy Catch. You can go to bigirisj.com for tickets. If you know anybody in Springfield, Massachusetts, or maybe Hartford, Connecticut, or around Springfield, or any part of Massachusetts, let them know that I'm at the Roar Comedy Club in Springfield. It'd be great to sell that bad boy out. Hook me up,
I mean, if you would have brought me along, we probably could have sold it out. But I don't never take it nowhere. It's out here in these streets. It's out here trying to live life the best I can.
Hey, I was going to reply to you, but my phone, I lost my phone, and then I got all
is that what happened?
Next from you,
You motherfucker!
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Crazy Cutie, fucking Frandrew P Diddy, aka Sheila, and of course Guyanese Gal and Sanders Robinson. Thanks guys, and we'll see you next week. Until then, bye.